Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and no prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
There is no hood like parenthood. Hi, I'm Kanika Gupta. I'm a former CNN journalist, mom of 3, including twins, and host of That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my show, I interview change makers on their life lessons, legacy, and superpower of intuition, which I call our mom sense and dad sense. I've had the privilege of working with Mom 2.0, March of Dimes, and the White House, and have had some pretty amazing parents on my show.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton.
It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
That's Total Mom Sense is a production of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube so you never miss an episode. To join my tribe, visit that'stotalmomsense.com and follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadda Gupta. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hi, everyone. It's Kanika. That's Total Mom Sense. The podcast is coming to you from Nashville, the annual Mom 2.0 Summit. It has been such a wonderful experience being here, interviewing the keynotes and the speakers and the attendees and the brands, and hearing all of their perspectives on how we can all grow. That has been the theme. And I think one major takeaway that I shared was that there's no such thing as self-made. It's all about the collective. Even for this role that I'm playing right now as a media partner for Mom 2. It was because Laura Mays and Carrie Pacini and Marla Trevino thought of me to align with the company in this way. And it's so important that we say names of those who are not in the room. They said my name when I wasn't there, and that's what it takes. So during a stage interaction, I did that. I called out a Nashville native. Her name is Samantha Danielle, and she is a blogger here and a Black mom, millennial mom who shares content on raising teens and having those tough conversations. And so I called her out of the crowd. We also talked about really tangible takeaways on growth, from how to scale that TikTok account of yours that has very, very little following and crickets, to converting your customers and really knowing your audience, knowing which AI apps are trending right now and are useful, and the books and the courses that you need. All of these things were discussed in sessions that happened. And as I said earlier, it takes an entire team to grow together. So it was really wonderful to be a part of Mom 2 this year. And I hope you enjoy all the content that follows. I'm with Sarah Stefanik of Baby Center. She's the director of influencer partnerships, and she is so needed in this creator conference that is Mom 2.0. Sarah, thanks for being on That's Total Mom Sense.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. I was so excited to meet you in person.
Yes.
Because we've done like umpteen Zooms together, a live webinar. Like, it's just been a whole thing. And to see you in 3D.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
I love that. I know. It's so cool to have this connection that we have. And doing the webinar was so incredible with you. So it's really nice to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate that you had a whole webinar series leading up to Mom 2. But let's start from the inception. How did Baby Center decide to acquire Mom 2 and have this really pivotal role?
Yeah. So our parent company, Everyday Health, we own pregnancy and parenting brands, a variety of them. And we decided to bring in Mom 2. And I was beyond excited. I just know how incredible this team is and the summit. So I was very vocal in wanting to work with the Mom 2 team as soon as I heard a whisper of we were going to work with them. So
That's awesome. And I think it's so important that there is a longevity to brands like this.
yeah.
Because as moms, we have the baby. We definitely have a lot of hand-holding in the what to expect phase.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the 4th trimester, there's a fall off. And it's like with Mom 2, everyone has kids of all ages. There's those that are pregnant. There's those with infants and toddlers. And then there's empty nesters. And you want to be able to serve everybody.
Yeah. No, it's so true. I mean, there's definitely that urgency in the beginning of needing like a specific type of support and content. And then, as kids grow, like things are a little more unpredictable and we're not like so looking for that same type of information. But when you have the ability to have created these strong connections in a community, that mom community is just so powerful and I think so important.
Yes, 100%. So tell us about how you align with creators because you really are the liaison.
Yeah, so this year we are kicking off the new Baby Center Ambassador Program. So Baby Center has worked with creators for a very long time, mainly around UGC content. But once we partnered with Mom 2, we have now access to this amazing creator community. And we wanted to really expand our program to be more inclusive of different types of campaigns. So through the Ambassador Program, what we do is align creators with our top brands, bringing new ways to engage your community with our advertisers. And so what that looks like typically is creating content that an influencer would share on their platform. And then Baby Center oftentimes will amplify across the Baby Center channels as well. And then, of course, we still do our traditional UGC content. So if a creator is, really talented in photography or writing, they could write a story. We love hearing authentic mom stories and sharing that on our brand. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And I would love to be an ambassador. We've talked about this. I think amplifying the podcast and making sure that there's synergies in place with Baby Center is so exciting to me. And I feel like so many creators have their own way to weave in how they can help Baby Center and then the other way around. It's like, it's this really sweet Venn diagram.
Yeah, that's one thing I keep saying about just the beauty of being here and making these connections is that it's mutually beneficial.
Yes.
And you feel like it's exciting to work on something that is really great for us and amazing for you as well. So
Yes.
I'm beyond excited to be working with you and have you in our brand ambassador team.
Thank you. Thank you. Any parting thoughts or like a core memory that you have from Nashville? Because this has been like a dream summit. Truly.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things was the roundtable sessions because, and not to say that the other sessions are so inspiring and you're just taking as many notes as you can, but for me to be able to connect with creators on that like very intimate setting and hear their stories and what their talents are and their needs and how we can collaborate together. That was just really a cool thing to be able to make those connections.
I love that. And I think there's no creator too small or too big to be here. Right. Everybody is so accomplished. Like it's just, as soon as you look them up on their website or their Insta, you're like, oh my goodness, this person's a big deal.
Yeah.
And the humility, the openness, it's all so meaningful. So it's great. And we're so happy to have you at the helm.
Thank you so much. I couldn't be more thankful and excited to be here.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I now have Ingrid Michaelson on That's Total Mom Sense here at Mom 2. Thank you so much for joining us live.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And so you just came off your keynote. Tell us a little bit about the highlights.
I mean, it went by so fast. It's hard for me to recall all the things. There were lots of highlights. Meredith asked some really good questions that were multifaceted. I'm so used to being asked the same questions over and over again. And she really kind of dug deep. I think the idea of growth and changing and how to define that, how specifically I defined that, was an interesting sort of tangent that I went off on. I like when I answer questions and it makes me say things that I've never really said before.
Yes.
So that happened a few times, but honestly, I can't quite retain all the things.
Well, we
I
were
did
in
get
the
some
audience.
applause in the middle. I was like,
Yes.
I must have said something good.
No, you were witty, and there were those poignant moments, and we loved it. Tell us about that moment, when you watched The Notebook, and how that was a seed for something so much bigger in your life.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I watched The Notebook when it came out so many years ago with one of my girlfriends, and we just were crying so much at the end of it. And we were young. We were like, I want to love like that. And that's what my dream is. And now that I'm, 20 years later, I do have a partner that I love very much. I've also experienced a lot of loss, and I've experienced some, amazing highs and lows in my career. I just experienced life.
Yes.
And so I'm coming at it from such a different place. And the story, I think while I focused on the love romantic aspect of it when I was younger, now I look at it more as a whole picture of a whole life and what to do with your life and how to choose your days, how you want to live your life and how you want to. There's a song called My Days, and the whole idea of the song is, how do I want to live my life?
Wow.
From this day forward, what choices do I want to make sure that I have the most fulfilling life that I can have?
Wow.
And I think I didn't think those things when I was, 21 or however old I was when I watched it. And it was more like, I just want that love. But there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
That's just, that's what I love about the story and about the musical. Oh wait, did I talk about how I wrote the musical The Notebook?
Yes, you wrote the musical.
Okay, I wrote the musical The Notebook, which is on Broadway now. Just opened a few weeks ago. But I love the story because there's so many entry points. There's young love, there's loss, there's commitment, there's caregiving. There's just so many entry points in terms of how you can connect to this story in general. It's interesting to think about younger me and how I viewed the story, and now where I am now and how I view the story and how I absorb it and metabolize it and what it means to me now. It's just the difference and the similarities, but also the differences.
Yes, yes. This hit home for me. I can't wait to watch the musical because I'm going through a very similar situation where my dad is taking care of my mom. She has primary lipogenic aphasia, and it's a form of dementia. And she was diagnosed a few years ago, and I still get choked up thinking about it. But even when I came here, I thought she would be so proud that I'm in this community of women and on stage. But she has no semblance of that. I have to reintroduce myself when I meet her. And she's why I do what I do. And he's her caregiver. And it's such a sad kind of state of affairs because it's this anticipatory grief. It's this long goodbye. And I think I can't imagine if that happened to my own partner, your own, confidant and everything. So how can those of us who are in this sandwich generation where we're caregiving for little ones, or even if you don't have kids, deal with seeing, your parents decline? How does that help you?
Well, both my parents are gone. I lost my mom in 2014 and my father in 2017.
Yeah.
Mother had a form of bone marrow cancer, and my dad had Parkinson's with some dementia. So I have a bit of experience in that very strange world. It's devastating no matter what. For me, it was trying to find support in any way that I could, be it funny, movies that I liked, friendships, my partner I relied heavily on. And also distraction is a wonderful thing. But also it's okay to grieve.
Yes.
And to not try to quote unquote get through it or get over it, because you're not going to get through it and you're not going to get over it, right?
Yeah.
Anticipatory grief is very difficult, and I experienced that as well. It changes, it morphs, obviously. But I think allowing yourself to feel the deepest sorrow and know that that's always going to be there, and to not try to push that away, just to know that it's always going to be there and have a space for it, and have reverence for it. But also allow lightness and allow joy, and don't feel guilt.
Yes.
You need that balance. You need to find ways to choose joy and to choose lightness. I said during my talk about Christmas, I love Christmas so much. I've always loved Christmas. It was a huge holiday in my house. Once both my parents were gone, I thought, how am I going to continue to love Christmas? I know that sounds maybe kind of silly, but I made an active choice. I kind of like sat down with myself and I decided I'm going to actively choose. I mean, I celebrate harder than ever. I start watching movies in August. The tree is up the day after Halloween.
Wow.
It's a fake tree. I know I don't like fake trees, but when you want to have it up for a month and a half, you need to. I think allowing space for that grief and respecting that space, but also choosing joy. And it's not easy, but the more you do it, it's like exercising a muscle. The more you exercise choosing joy, and I use joy as an umbrella term for the opposite of sadness, the opposite of depression, the opposite of not necessarily grief. Yes, the opposite of anxiety. Right. Choosing that light side of things. It's hard, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. It really is exercising a muscle. It really is creating neural pathways in your brain. Yep. This is science. My therapist has told me. Yes. And it is. So I think it's that combination of actively working out those muscles, of choosing happiness and making happy things happen and joyful things happen, and also allowing for the moments of grief to overtake you and to not stuff that away into a little box and put it in the closet. Allow those to take you over. Because for me, with my parents especially, I let myself fully, I mean, when I say cry, it's like, it's deep. Yeah. And I still do. And it's been years, almost a decade with my mother. I allow that. Because it's almost like when you're opening up a bottle of soda that's fallen on the ground. If you can kind of like release little bits of it, but that tension is still there. Yeah, the tension is. Whereas if you just let it go, let the fizz flow out. It all flies out, and then you can hold it over the sink, and it comes out, and then you can pour all the glasses. And then so it's like let yourself explode, so then you can then fill up the cups. Right. Oh, that's brilliant. Fill up your own cups. You know what I mean? Exactly. And I love that you said, sadness chooses you, but I choose joy. I'm so glad that we had this interaction today, and I can't wait to see the musical. And I know for sure my Scantron, all the dots. Oh my gosh. Will be full. Thanks. Private joke. Inside joke. Thank you. Thanks, Ingrid. I think the most heartwarming thing for me was to meet those who are my raving super fans. I just found out about that acronym at an AI workshop, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have one who I met just yesterday, Carmela. And this isn't all about that, but I want to highlight this because I didn't know that my podcast and the conversations that I have with my guests made such an impact on someone. So I'd love for you to introduce yourself and share your story.
All right. Yeah, it just felt like it was like a real podcast. Yeah. And the way you facilitated, the questions you asked, the things you got out of the speakers. I mean, of course, I think I came to you because of Chelsea Clinton. Yeah. I really resonated with a lot of the things she said. And I think both her grandmothers believed in the legacy of you show up, which I'm a big fan of. Tasha and I work with mothers, and we've noticed that there are a million excuses for not showing up, and just encouraging them to show up no matter what. If you're tired and if you're this and if you're that, just show up, just show up. And then
Reshma Sojani was the other one.
I loved that one.
Yeah, and I love that you appreciated it.
And as you know, with a podcast, I remember I was biking and hearing snippets with the kids talking and then interruptions from the husband and whatever you're doing, but you're I want to hear this till the end.
Oh, wow. And you were biking in
Kamakura in Japan?
In Japan. Yes. And you're listening to that sort of mom sense. I mean, that is amazing. It was. I had no idea the reach, and the fact that, it's something that you tune into. It's it's the most, like I said, heartwarming and intimate thing to be in your earbuds listening to the conversations. It's really, really incredible.
And I remember your voice was cracking a little.
You
were either sick or tired, but you still showed up and you did a wonderful job. And I was just for that,
Oh my gosh.
Just that you didn't cancel and be like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
can't do this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I remember I was sick that day and I was like, but it's Reshma Sojani of Girls Who Code. I can't not do this interview. And so I went for it, and it was, we had a flow. It was amazing. Yesterday too, the session, I'm so glad you were there and how supportive you've been. What do you feel like your takeaways were from that?
I think they're tips at the end, like just like, but that was that was fire hose. I was like, can someone slow it down and put it on the big screen?
Yeah.
Ticker tape. I thought they were very generous with their wisdom.
Yes.
And I thought you had very pertinent questions.
Thank you. And that was so, intentional, because I think as a podcast host, and having guests on all the time, my VIP it's not me, it's not my guest, it's the audience. The reason why, 2 or more people are talking is to have a value add for those who are listening. Otherwise, why should they? So I just thought, what is the audience going to want to know? First of all, we need to know who they are. Target, who's the demo here.
You're at the watering hole.
Yeah. So we needed to know, how many content creators are there? How many in corporate?
How you had it standing up.
I had everyone stand up. There was those
audience.
who work with brands. Yeah. And then those who are their own small business owners. It was like, who is everyone?
Notes. Hold on.
Yeah. The majority of the room was standing, which was amazing. So it's like, okay, you are here for a reason, and you want to hear from these panelists on how to grow and scale. And then from the panelists, I thought everyone has that one book that changed their life, that course that they took in whatever line of work they're in, and then also the apps that they're currently using. It's like there's so much AI out there, and we don't know half of the apps that come out, because it could have happened. They could have launched last week, and so we want to know. Tell us that. We just give us all the downloads, so that
I wrote down video
like
AI.
Yes,
you shared.
AI.
You shared it, right?
That's what I use.
And Tasha.
And I'm going to actually get a Google Doc together with the panelists and have them write everything out, because I could see everyone was scrambling to note take, and we'll get that to you on our Mom 2 app.
Awesome.
So it's fine. But now I want to hear about you and what your mission is.
Ooh. How do I summarize this? I came from a completely different background. I did engineering, very international. I'm half French, half Spanish. My husband's Finnish, Swedish. We lived in Japan for 12 years. We're living in Thailand right now. So,
you came to Nashville from Thailand?
From Atlanta. My brother lives in Atlanta.
Okay,
but yes,
yeah.
But we're running
and
we're running an event in Ohio tomorrow, after tomorrow, for the eclipse, the solar eclipse.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've combined it with it, but majority for both,
came all the way
primarily
stateside.
for this. Yeah, I startups did a couple of brands, and then I worked for Burton Snowboards for a little while, and then launched a cosmetic company in the action sports industry. It was a very successful money-losing venture, and then when I got pregnant, everything was falling apart, lawsuit, all the things. And then I did a life coaching training that Tasha's done as well, and then totally pivoted and have been coaching moms since, and avoiding laundry since 2011 is my tagline. And
we can learn that.
AI, some bots can do it at some point, right?
In the house.
And so now we do a lot with moms, and we run. Oh yeah, it's Mother Wild. Thank you, Tasha.
Yes, yeah.
We're not very good at plugging ourselves. So we run retreats globally for creative moms is our newest tagline, which it just rolled off my tongue without me hiccuping.
There's such a need for that, because we forget rather how to fill our cups, and the summit is definitely a time to do that. And so if you have retreats where you really rejuvenate the mom from inside out, then she'll be able to give that much more to everyone she's caregiving for.
Did you guys watch the movie? I think it was What Happened to Earth during the pandemic. They went to I think it's National Geographic, but they went to a bunch of different places on Earth, and it's like, because there were no cargo boats, the dolphins could talk to each other, or the whales could talk to each other. Like everything regenerated, all this all this plant life, all these animals started taking, and it was crazy how fast things were regenerated just because humans got out of the way, stayed home.
Right.
And so I think moms are Mother Earth we're kind of the same. You give moms like a 3-hour slot and they like regenerate so fast.
Yes. Just like we charge our phones.
Yeah.
We gotta charge ourselves.
They do, but they do it really fast. Like it's not like they need like, I mean, yes, granted, we'd love for them to come with us for 5 days.
Monastery for 2 months.
Yes. And the Vipassana and silent retreat, which I just did, which was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you can, amazing. But you can do the, truncated version and it's still.
Yes. Yeah. And not nasal gazing, but no, moms do it really. Yeah. They're very capable and resilient.
Great. I guess what's your biggest takeaway from being here? You made such a huge, Herculean effort to be at Mom 2. That's really incredible.
The people, I think with Tasha, we've been saying even if I just leave with 3 people that it's like that real connection of I'm your raving fan. And there's others where you meet and you're like, I see you, you see me.
Yes.
I was completely blown away by meeting Rent a Bride.
Okay.
Or Rent a Bridesmaid. You can do that. Like all the people that you meet outside the talks. There's some interesting ones. No. She was sitting right next to us. Okay. Or the mom. It was funny because we were sitting with moms who were like, "Oh yeah, what's your Instagram handle?" And we're like, "What's yours?" 300,000 people following you for what? Because she's rearranges cupboards, and I'm like, "Wow, we have really deep content, and why do we not have I'm a kid, but I have a full-time job on WhatsApp, but it's such closed doors, and it's just with a select few moms. It's like." Our grandmothers couldn't have dreamed of something like Mom 2, or the majority of these moms, the careers they have, the reach they have, the way they can they're self-employed. Yeah, it's such a luxury and it's such a tool that my mother didn't even have. No. And it's it connects us on I mean, AI is going to be a different level, but it's how fast in 3 generations. Look what mothers can do right out of their kitchen.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Amen to that. Yes. It's really, really groundbreaking, cycle breaking. And, our sons and our daughters who will, go on to be moms of their own, hopefully someday, have it that much better. I had this guest on just this week, Sunira Madani, and she said the most profound thing. She said, I want my glass ceiling to be my daughter's ground floor. And that's exactly what we're doing.
You passed the baton. Who wasn't it? Was it Rumi? You're just passing on an arrow that it's you throw them as far as you possibly can and they'll just take it from that spot.
That much further. Yeah. And we're the beneficiaries of all our ancestors before us. So amazing how far we've come and how much we can do as a collective.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Carmela.
I
appreciate you.
Oh.
You are a core memory.
Well, I'm a raging fan.
Yes. And I'm so glad we did this.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you. Oh. And that's a wrap at the Mom 2 Summit in Nashville this year. That's Total Mom Sense was so happy to serve as media partner and getting you all the on-site coverage. I want to thank Rode Microphones and specifically Ryan White for being there. He was doing the videography and all of the audio engineering. And Heather Mulliman Jenkins of Share Your Genius, who is my brand manager, for being here with me. And we met so many incredible people, from accomplished creators to brand and corporate heads to all of the attendees that are very, very plugged in to this community. And I was just so happy to have her by my side too. So this has been a wonderful experience all around, so many core memories, and I hope you attend Mom 2. This is a quick kind of highlight of what you get here. And if not, at least you have this digital footage and all of our podcasts. Thank you so much. And as always, subscribe to That's Total Mom Sense wherever you listen, rate and review. You can follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadagupta and Threads. And you can watch the episodes on YouTube. All the info you need is on thatstotalmomsense.com. Remember, always trust your mom sense and dad sense. Stay strong, super parents. I'll see you next time. Bye, Nashville.